In today's video, we're going to be talking all about the new moon that we're having in Gemini on June 10th. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and hello if you're new, make sure that you subscribe, that way you'll never miss out on another video. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about this new moon that we're having in Gemini, which is also the first solar eclipse that we're having of the year. Now, a fun fact is that this is going to be the last solar eclipse that we're going to have in Gemini until 2029. Anything that you plant around this time, the seeds you plant around this time, or it may even be a call for your spirit to think about the next 8 years. Up until 2029, what is it that you see for yourself? Possibly, no pressure, but maybe just thinking about what it is that you want for your life up until 2029. I think a lot of you are going to be making a lot of long-term plans, a lot of maybe long-term investments, long-term financial plans. A lot of you may be getting pregnant, having a baby. You know, that is a long-term commitment. A lot of you may be getting married. It's a long-term commitment that may be getting started around this time. Now, the second thing I want to talk about is this new moon in Gemini with this solar eclipse. The universe may come to, this may scare some people, but okay. The universe may come to bring old patterns back into our life, especially from May of 2020 or November of 2020. So these patterns or something that we may not have dealt with or healed around those times may come back around this time, especially with Saturn going retrograde. So just keep that in mind. What did your life look like in May of 2020? What did your life look like in November of 2020? Was there something that maybe you were too busy to handle or deal with? Was there something that maybe you did not have the capability or the capacity within yourself, emotionally, mentally, physically, whatever, to handle or deal with? Sometimes, a lot of people say it's our human experience that, you know, things come up and they keep coming up until we can master them. So it may be something that you specifically need to master. But another thing that I do want to let you know is this is an event that you're not going to necessarily repeat, but you will find a way to grow and move on and let go and heal. Whatever it is that you need. Actually, you know what? I want to say past tense. Whatever it is that you needed in May of 2020, or whatever it is that you needed in November of 2020, I really feel like this is that time that everything is shifting and whirling, and the universe is just creating this whirlwind to give you what you needed specifically in those 2 months. Some of you, these patterns, these old patterns that were associated, you know, back a year ago, they'll show up in front of your face again. But it's not going to be in that same repetitive state. It's going to be like, dang, like I allowed myself to repeat this pattern. It's different, and you'll know it and you'll feel it, and you're going to have power over it. Now, another thing I want to share with you guys is something from the Vedic astrology, which is, if you are familiar with Rahu and Ketu, they are, it's like the demon god, right? So they, out of revenge, consumed the sun and the moon. And this was known as the eclipse. So for the next few days, they consumed all the light, the radiance, the glow of the sun and the moon. And so it was known as like this very dark, shadowy period for those amount of days. Now in Vedic astrology, it is said, don't sign contracts when there's a solar eclipse. And this is something I actually would myself follow 100%. I grew up with a lot of my family members being very, very afraid to look at the solar eclipse in the eyes, solar, lunar, anything. They are very like, there's a phobia of looking at it in the eyes. And also just eclipses in general in my culture and my family have just been something feared. And so for me, especially, I wouldn't sign contracts and make important decisions or anything around the eclipse. Any eclipse, solar or lunar, but that's me. Say if your family, it's been passed down that it was a lucky time. You have to get to know your roots. And this is why I make these videos, and I always say you have to get to know your culture, your roots, and what you believe in and what you resonate with. Solar eclipses, another thing I want to mention is they light up our darkness. And the reason why they do that is so that we don't get controlled by it anymore. But a lot of the times, my phone just went off. A lot of the times it's so much deep into our darkness that we can't. We're not able to comprehend it. Maybe in this specific cycle, we're not ready, you know, and I feel like I want to say that's okay, because another cycle will come to present you with another opportunity to be ready, but it's up to you if you want the cycles to repeat. You know what I'm saying? The next thing I want to mention about this new moon in Gemini that we're having, that's also a solar eclipse, is, oh my God, we have so much going on. Okay, so we had the Mercury retrograde and Saturn retrograde. We had a lunar eclipse in Sagittarius, a full moon in Sagittarius, super moon, blood moon in Sagittarius, and then now we're having a new moon in Gemini. It's a lot. It's a lot of planetary stuff going on. Now, the next thing that I wanted to talk about was a lot of you may experience someone from your past coming back in. And when I say that, I don't mean somebody from your recent past. A lot of you are going to be either bumping into, reaching out to, or they're going to reach out to you, or circumstances will make you connect with people you have not connected with in over 10, 20 years. You know, it could be a healing cycle, it could be a healing thing. You know, I feel like I want to say, just go with the flow. If somebody from your past comes in, it could be like maybe a family member from, like, a biological family member from when you were way like a toddler and you haven't talked to them since like 30 years, and all of a sudden you are connected with them. It's that kind of an energy. The thing that I do want to say is Saturn says to keep structure and discipline. So keep your distance, talk, be open-minded. Of course, be open. Never shut yourself off or repress anything that you want to say. But keep a distance, but also be open. You know, if that makes sense, and if you can find the balance between those two, I think that this is going to be a very healing thing. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is the chakra that I always talk about now, whether it's a full moon or a new moon. An area of our bodies may get affected, a chakra system of ours might get affected. So with this new moon in Gemini, of course our heart chakra is going to get affected. A lot of people talk about and believe in twin flames. Gemini is the twins, so I mean, it's a very romantic season filled with lust and love and romance, sexuality, all those things, twin flames, soulmates, all that stuff is coming into play. So that's why our heart chakra and our solar plexus chakra is going to be something that we should pay extra attention to. So yellow, color yellow, and pink and green. Aventurine crystals, rose quartz crystals, red candles, green candles, rose scented stuff. These would be really beneficial around this new moon time. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you real soon.